Hi, this is Anna Hale from Lake Forest Elementary School. I'm meeting with the administration today to go over some recommendations for the reading plan. So the purpose of this meeting is to evaluate the school-wide reading plan and to make some recommendations for the next iteration of the reading plan and personalized learning, how they can work together, suggest some actions for the next step of the professional development regarding personalized learning, and suggest some ways to impact student learning and general knowledge. To give you a little look at the faculty here at Lake Forest, they're very dedicated. 56% hold a master's degree or higher. They average just under 8 years of teaching experience. They are mostly female and mostly white. The students here at Lake Forest, we have an enrollment that hovers right around 900 students. And here's a snapshot of our students. We are 96% Hispanic and 64% English language learners. We are 100% free and reduced lunch. We have 10.4% of our students in the early intervention program. Our mobility rate is actually pretty good at 11.2%, which is well under the district average. And it gets a little sad here. We have almost 12% in our special education program, which the district and the state likes to see at around 10% or under 10%. So we're over represented here. And our gifted program, we only have 3.1% of our students in the gifted program, so we are drastically underrepresented there. It's not that our students aren't gifted and talented, but the state has very strict measures for that, and a lot of times our students just don't fall within those strict categories. The attendance data, we do have a lot of absences. Some of that is due to if students miss the bus, the parents have a hard time with transportation getting them there. The milestones data that we're going to take a look at here is for English language arts. There's actually some really neat trends here that we're going to take a look at. Overall, you're going to see where we do have a lot of beginning learners, but our developing learners are actually pretty close in alignment with district and state averages, but we're underrepresented with proficient learners. We are going to take a close look here at the trends in just a minute, but you're going to see something neat with our students, that the longer that they're with us, the more proficient they become in English language arts. So we start out with a very high number here at 62.1% of beginning learners in 3rd grade, and it drops to 48.9% in 4th grade, and it drops further to 36.4% in 5th grade. So the longer students are with us, the more effective they become as English language learners, which is wonderful. It tells us that both the students and the teachers are doing great jobs. The milestones data for 2014-15 shows a very similar trend. So again, we see developing learners very much in the same range as state and district averages, underrepresented with proficient and distinguished, and overrepresented with beginning learners. We have a high rate here, dropping in 4th grade and dropping further in 5th grade. Looking at the CRCT data, we see our school data here is 6.8%, which is lower than the state average, but higher than the district average. We have a lot of students in the meet category, but underrepresented in the exceeds category. In 4th grade, we see a 10-point jump in the does not meets. But in 5th grade, we see an overall decline to 4.3%, which is lower than what we began with at the school rate at 6.8% in third grade. So again, we see the same trend that the longer students are with us, the better off they're doing in reading and language arts. The 2012-13 data shows the same thing, 4.7% not meeting in third grade, 13.8% not meeting in fourth grade, and 5.3 not meeting in fifth grade. So taking a closer look at these trend lines here, the 2015-16 milestones are students in third grade, a lot of beginning learners dropping in fourth grade and dramatically dropping in fifth grade. So look how steep this line here is. Our students just build up steam. So third grade, they're getting the hang of things. Fourth grade, they're chugging along really well. And fifth grade, they're really making some great progress. In 2014, we see the same decline, not quite as steep. So it tells me that both students and teachers got better at the strategies in 15-16. So practice makes perfect, right? CRCT data shows us something kind of similar, but both 13 and 14 show a little bit of jump in fourth grade. So a 10-point jump and then a decline, a 10-point jump and a decline, but still, students stay with us, they get better at English language arts. So over the past year, teachers have been using a new measurement system to measure student success in reading. It's called the Fountas-Pinnell, and they use a benchmark assessment system they call BAS. The teachers are very, very dedicated to close reading at Lake Forest. They use guided reading and all kinds of research-based strategies that go along with that. For the BAS assessment, they do it 3 times a year. Students read level text and they answer a combination of factual questions and inferential questions to come up with comprehension questions. So we'll go a little bit more into that here in just a second. So here's some BAS results. For words per minute that students read, our students in third grade averaged 78 words per minute, fourth grade 88 words per minute, and fifth grade 86 words a minute. However, the national average, according to the Hasbro-Tyndall oral reading fluency norms, should be 107 words a minute, 123 words a minute, and 139 words a minute, respectively, for grades 3 through 5. So the words per minute is pretty low. And then we jump over to the comprehension. And the comprehension, this is a percentage out of 100. Third grade, they're only reading 66% comprehension. So that would be like on a test, students take a comprehension test and they're scoring 66, which would be an F. Or in fourth grade, a 60, which would be an F. Or a 71 in fifth grade, which would be just barely a C. So with the BAS results we're seeing, there is some disconnect in the reading. At this point, I can't be sure if this is a problem with the BAS test, with how the BAS test is administered. I'm not quite sure. However, if this data is valid, it could explain some of the large percentage of beginning readers that we're seeing. We may need to take a look at the reading plan and reevaluate its effectiveness to see if there may be a more effective system out there. However, with the process of beginning readers in English as second language students, This may all be part of the process. So consulting with the reading coach and taking a look at this definitely might be warranted. However, there are some other things that we can do along the lines of personalized learning and technology that may also help. So let's take a look at some of that data. In November of 2016, teachers and students took a personalized learning survey, and I want to go over some of that data with you. One of the things teachers were asked was, how do you allow students to demonstrate their learning? And teachers said that using technology, that 25% of them daily let students demonstrate their learning on technology in a variety of ways. But we're looking at 41% that less than once a month or never let students use technology to demonstrate their learning. This definitely could be an engagement activity that would really help students engage in their learning. So that's something to think about as far as personalized learning goes, especially with 4th and 5th graders having one-to-one devices. So this is a student engagement activity that we can definitely work on. As your technology coach, I'm happy to take on this initiative. But something down here I think is very, very important. Component 3, provide opportunities for meaningful collaboration. I offer my students opportunities to collaborate with one another when demonstrating their learning. 57% of teachers say they do that daily or almost daily, but 25%, 13%, and actually we've got a total of 43% do that once a week or less. So students aren't getting to use their academic or social language in class when teachers aren't giving them opportunities to do this. So this is critical. It will help with engagement. It will help with using that academic language. It will help engage our ELL students. So allowing students to collaborate is absolutely critical. We can do that a number of ways. Simply turning to an elbow partner can do that. But if we wanted to bring in reading and writing, we can do that with technology as well, with blogs, with chats, all kinds of ways. So if we're looking at engaging our ELLs, if we're looking to increase reading and writing proficiencies, we can increase using academic and social language through technology. So it hits a little bit on everything, and then we can even hit on this component number 2, which is sharing outside of just with the teacher and our students in our classroom by doing some blogging and some other type of activities. Another aspect of personalized learning is instructional strategies that teachers are using. And you can see here that teachers are pretty good about teacher-led activities like guided reading and inquiry-based learning, where they're doing a lot of the direct instruction. However, when it comes to student-led activities like project-based learning, debate, Socratic seminar, reader's workshop, and writer's workshop, where students are using a lot of academic language, a lot of social language, and it's student-centered, teachers aren't doing a lot of that. That will increase engagement and increase students reading and writing dramatically. So recommendations are to increase, conduct professional development on student-centered learning strategies, encourage students to talk to each other, have grade levels come up with 2 to 3 research-based strategies and really concentrate on those for the entire school year. Reading instruction should be happening in social studies and science. And then finally, let's use technology to give students experience through virtual reality, high quality nonfiction instruction in digital media, and through experts in the classroom. Thank you.